to tutorials, and in this video I'm going to show you today CRUD operation using PHP and MySQL. We will use Bootstrap in the front end, CSS, HTML5 and Bootstrap in the front end, and in the back end we will be using PHP and MySQL. PHP, as you know, it's a very popular programming language and it is used in almost 75% of the website of the world. That is why I decided to create insert, update, delete functionalities with this technology or language. So let's start and see step by step how we can create insert, update and delete using PHP MySQL. So first let's start XAMPP. I assume that you have already installed XAMPP in your local computer. So now it's inside my C drive, so let me open it. C drive, then XAMPP. So let's start this XAMPP control. Yes. Then Apache. Then MySQL. Okay, it's not starting MySQL actually. So I'm using another SQL. So SQL, MySQL workbench. So I'll use this. Start this one here. But don't be confused, this is in my case, but you can directly start from there only. Okay, so just I'm starting this server. Now it started, so I can use here PHP MyAdmin directly. So I have also made a video, created a video how to connect this. Okay, so if I write here /PHP MyAdmin, then I can directly open this, and this one is connecting with this MySQL workbench. That means another MySQL. As you know that MySQL is normally inside XAMPP folder, but I'm not using that one, I'm using different. Okay, installing separately. But in your case you don't worry at all. You can directly start from your here MySQL. Okay, anyway, so now what we are going to do, first let's create database. So here will be PHP CRUD, and here let's create a table called students. Okay, students. So here will be 8 fields. There ID, then let's create this primary key here, auto increment, then first name, last name, email, password, then gender and hobbies. Okay, so these are the field we are going to create here. So it will be varchar 100, gender 10. This will be varchar as well. It should be char as also. So here varchar 100, email 100, and here email varchar, last name varchar, here also 100, first name, ID integer. Okay, that's it. So now let's click to save. Okay, so this is our database structure: ID, first name, last name, email, password, and gender, and hobbies. And one more field, because I'm using similar kind of country in all CRUD operation, that's why just I will use this one as well. So 100. Now save. Okay, all right, now let's go to XAMPP folder and create a new folder called PHP CRUD. Here let's open Sublime Text. I'm going to use Sublime Text or whatever text editor you are comfortable in. You can use that one. Okay, but in my case I'm going to use this one. So I'll save it here, htdocs and php CRUD. Okay, so let's write here index.php. So this will be the home page. So let's start here, HTML template. So PHP CRUD, and yes, we will be also using Bootstrap here. So let's use here Bootstrap CDN. So let's write here Bootstrap CDN. Okay, then let's click here on the CDN one, and now go to here and click, just copy, then let's paste here before closing the head tag. Okay, now let's create here container div or main and then main. So now class container and then inside here we will be using div. So let's do one thing, rather than div we will be creating here header, and inside this let's do one thing, let's copy the nav from here. Okay, so bootstrap nav bar, and my favorite nav bar I'm going to use in this case as well. So I'll be using this nav bar. Let's go here, and inside header I will paste this to create this menu. Okay, now let's go to here and open localhost / php CRUD. So this is my home page. I will change the menu as per requirement. So the first one, let's create, change it to add student. Okay, add student, and here will be view student, and later we can use this. For the time, let's leave that as it is. So first one is add student, view student. Now first let's create the form. Okay, let's go here below header, let's create the div here, and then here let's create form. Okay, form, and then form close. Inside form let's create another div, and here class row. Inside this row div class call md12. So h1 tag, close here, registration form, and then now let's create another row div, then div close, class row class row, in here div close. So class whole md6, then first name will be input type equals to input type equal to text name equals to first name. Okay, so these are two fields. Okay, now let's try and see how does it look like. Okay, so this is registration form and first name, last name. So we can create one thing. Let's do one thing here. Style, just putting style directly here. Style width, maybe 50%, and then margin auto for getting this in center. Okay, so it's showing like this, and here we can put here form control class form control, so that it will check here the bootstrap class. Okay, so it will look better. Now let's go here and just copy paste all this to the bottom. First name, last name, email, password, gender, uh, hobbies and countries, and finally the submit button. Okay, so for submit button we don't need 6 column, we can put here 12 rather, and here we input type submit, and the name submit, value register. Yeah. And class, of course, it will be not form control, but it will be btn warning. Okay, so let's see how does it look like. Okay, so it will look like this, or we can do one thing, text center. Okay, now we need to put some margin on padding, and let's do one thing, just let's create one css here for this style. Let's create one folder first, right click, new, and then css. So inside this we will style.css. so $row margin top 15px. Okay, so if we put this class in, we need to call this course here, so link style sheet, so css style.css. okay, and now refresh it. Okay, so you can see there is some padding, and now of course it looks better. Now our next task will be to write the real name. Okay, so this one is country, this is country, so here will be select box, now the text box, so here will be select, and then select. Here I'll put class form control, and then class form control name equals to country. Right, now here option, then option here. So you have one option, and it's very easy as well. So let's do one thing. You can find here, normally this comes from database, but you can find here country array in PHP as well on internet. So directly you can copy from here, and this array, we can paste there. No, yeah. So this one we can copy directly from here, and let's paste here. So country.php. So these are the list of the countries. Since you are going to learn, that's why I want to put it in separate file. Rather, let's put it there only, okay? Because I'm not doing this for professional but for the learner. So let's directly copy it here. So the country list you can find here only, okay? So here inside the option, let's start PHP and for each, what's its name? Its name is country list. Just copy it and paste here as country, dollar country, okay? And here let's close the PHP here, and let's start once again. We will start PHP and let's close curly braces. This curly braces here, and here PHP equal then this country, this PHP equal this country, semicolon, and here, and in option value as well we will put it here, this value, okay? So now let's check what's its result. Just close it. Yeah, you can see the country list is showing here, okay? Now let's go to here. So what is this checkbox, no? So now let's go here, and then we will countries there, then the first name checkbox, okay? That means red. We are going to name it as name hobbies. So here will be PHP, no PHP, input type checkbox, name equals to cricket, and value equal to cricket. And so here cricket, movies, and then movies, TV, type not TV, actually checkbox should be, and here will be TV, and last one is books. So books and books. So the checkbox should look like this now, okay? So these are hobbies field. Now the next one is gender. Let's create this gender field. Gender. Here in this case we will write here male, input type radio, name equal to gender, value equal to male, female, name gender value equal to female. Okay, so now let's check it. Remember here the name will be same in this case, but value will be different. But in checkbox case, you have to put here name and value different. Name and value both will be different. Okay, or else you have to write here array. But in the I will show you that later. But for the time being, this is fine. So here, okay. So male or female. Now here is first name, last name, email, password. Okay, this one will be password, input type, password, and here name equal to password, and email type email, name email, then type email, name email. Here will be email ID and first name, last name. That's it. Okay, so now our form HTML form is complete. First name, last name, email ID, password, gender, hobbies, and countries. Now we need to insert this into MySQL database. So first let's create one file called dbconnect dbconnect.php. So here will be $com equals to MySQLi connect. So MySQLi connect here, then localhost. In my case here I need to specify the port number also, because I'm using this different MySQL. So it will be in my case 3038. But remember, in your case it's 99% chance that you don't have to write this, only the localhost will be enough. So username will be, in my case the username is my admin, and password is my password is Angular 13 or die MySQLi error. Okay, please note, in your case, if this is your local computer, then what you need to do is you write this code. Okay, I'm just showing you this one only. Only localhost, and then root and password will be blank in your localhost. Okay, so you don't have to worry about this user, only this connection will be enough. Okay, and now database MySQLi db connect. So here I will write $con, then database name. So my database name is PHP CRUD. Let me check again. Database name is PHP CRUD. Yes, this is my database name. Okay, PHP CRUD. My table name is students. So PHP CRUD. Right. Now let's try if everything is fine or not. So I will go here and write this db connect.php. Okay, my network, no host is known. No such host is known. Okay, let me check my host from PHP MyAdmin. Then I can. My host name is okay. So this is my host name in my case. But for you, localhost will be enough. Okay. So now it should work in my case. MySQLi select db, sorry, MySQL select db, it's not db connect, select db. Okay, so if it's not showing anything, that means it is successfully now connected. Or you can write here MySQL error. So in case there is any mistake, it will show you error. If it's not showing any error, that means it's successfully now connected. Okay, so once again, let me repeat here. You need to pass your database name and localhost and root, nothing else. In my case, I'm using this because I'm using this MySQL separately, that is why. And password also, in your case, it will be blank. Okay, all right, so now it's the database connection is finished. So, and one more thing, in fact, in this index.php will be actually from this one, I will just copy it. So this will be actually the add, okay, for adding, not main, yeah. So except main, I will cut it, and I will cut it, and this one, okay. So let's put it in a separate file. It will be add.php, add student.php, or let's do one thing, copy everything, forget about it, because I'm not going to show you how to include. So add student.php, right? And this one I will deal with this later, because okay, so here add student, the link I will provide here in the top. Add student.php, and same here, add student. So the best is, let's cut it, the header, this header, let's cut, and header.php. So here also, but header, whatever, yeah. So include here. So only here we have this one. What else? Yeah, this is complete form. What I have done this time. There is some, okay, this one I had cut here. So I will not cut it actually, just copy it and paste here as well, everything what we had in index.html, PHP I mean. And what we will do, from header to header, this header to header, we will cut from here, header to header, and PHP include header.php, okay. And then inside header, remove everything and just paste this, that's it. So here in this case also, let's remove this header, and in this place we will write here PHP include header.php, okay, header.php, here header.php. all right, so now let's refresh it, and if I click here, this one, okay. Now let's go to header.php, go to header.php in my project. So where is header.php? Our project is PHP CRUD. So this is our header file. So what I did, just cut header section and paste in a separate file, and I called that place this include header. That's it. Everything is same. Okay, so don't get confused. Now add a student. Inside add a student, what we need to do, header.php is already there. So what I was planning to do, yes, so in header.php, let's change here menu, add student.php, and here we will create that later, view student.php. Okay, two files we will create. Refresh it. If I click here, then you can see this is add student.php. Now let's do one thing. Let's close it for the time being. Now here, go to the top and then right here PHP, and then if $_post. So let's see what the data comes from there after printing. Okay, $_post. So what will happen when we submit the button and fill the form? It will show here in array format. Refresh it. Hang on. Email ID mar@gmail.com. Password 12345. Email base, then India, then register. Oh, there's a mistake because we didn't provide here method post and then action in the same page. If you're putting this method post, that means the data will be passed in post method, and action blank, that means the action will be, the submit will be in the same page. Okay, so now once again we need to refresh it, and then Rahman Umar@gmail.com 12345 email, you get this, then India, register. Okay, so you can see the data is being passed here, right? Alright, now let's write here insert query. So yes, so first thing what you need to do is here include db, include here db dot connect.php, our database connection file. Okay, here we will be writing $ins equals to insert into, so what is our table name? It's student. Table name is students. Okay, students. Remember PHP is case sensitive, so you have to write in small case because the table name is in small case. So here first name comma last name comma email comma password comma gender comma hobbies comma country. Okay, so these are the fields, and then below the values. Okay, let's do one thing first. Here dollar, or simply we can write directly here. So values double quote quote. Here single double dot dot, then dot underscore post first name. So just copy paste this, last name, email, password, gender, hobbies, country, and then not in the last. Okay, so last name, email, this will be email, password, gender, hobbies, country. Okay, so now let's check what happens here. Once again, let's refresh it. So first name, then register. Okay, last name and hobbies is missing. That is why we are getting this. Check here, last name. Okay, we forgot here. Last name and hobbies. Okay, it's not hobbies actually. Okay, so let's do one thing. Name it as hobbies. Single name. Hobbies, then square bracket. Why we are passing this? If you put same name, then you have to pass this as an array. Okay, so let's put here in all the field, in the name field, as hobbies. But when you print this, you will see this passes as an array. Here, let's press it. So first name at the rate mail register. Okay, it says string to array conversion is not possible. Okay, because that one is coming as array. So hobbies, why it is like this? Let me show you. Print, then 3 to show your list in formatted way. Now let's see it here. Okay, you can see because this is array. Why? Because we have put here square bracket for giving single name. Okay, or else it was not possible to pass any of this. So to make this dynamic, we have to pass this as an array. So now you can see this one is array, but this one is separate array. Okay, so if you select one, then it will come 1. If you select all, then it will come 4. For example, if you select 4 or all 4, then it will come here all 4. So now what we will have to do, it becomes a bit complicated, but don't worry. For that, say for $I equals to this, and then dollar hobbies, dollar hobbies equals to dollar post hobbies. Okay, now we are getting this array. So here will be $I less than count. This in array, so this is array function. $hobby and I plus plus. That means it will count how many elements are there. So if user selects 2, then it will count here 2, so it will be less than 2. If user selects 4, then it will be less than 4. Okay, so it start from 0, that's why. So now I plus plus, and then so here will be dollar dollar HBS equals to dollar hobbies, then $i, $i, and then dollar. So it will be like this, and then put here this string concatenation, not this side, this side. Okay, so what will happen, I will explain you. Let me first do this. Expected plus plus, line number 12, there is something wrong. Okay, dollar I plus plus will be line number 37. These curly braces is missing here. Now it's fine. Undefined variable, line number 32, HBS. So initially dollar HBS equals to blank. So initially this string will be blank. Okay, and then the value will be putting one by one, and finally it will come here in place of hobbies. Now let's try. All right, now let's check in the database what's happening. So browser, nothing inserted. Okay, so definitely there is something wrong. We need to check. Okay, why? Because we have not written here MySQL query. We need to write this code, and then this ins dollar con comma ins, this dollar con, the connection. Okay, so now let's check once again. I'm selecting this, so register or @gmail.com, register. Okay, so data is going correct. No, still there is problem. So what's the problem? Let's check here. Put echo here. Okay, then let's refresh. So this is our data. Now copy it and paste here in SQL, then go. Okay, so what? Incorrect integer value Umar. Okay, why? Okay, sorry, first name we have given here integer, so it will not integer, no, it will be varchar, that's why. All right, now it should go. Refresh. Yes, first name, last name, email, everything is passing here. One more thing important, you can see cricket and TV. I selected 2, so it's setting 2. Let's select another, this time Rajesh, then Kumar, and then rajesh@gmail.com, and then mail, TV, then Canada, register. So let's this time see. Yes, so only movies going here, right? So how it is working, let me explain you once again, because this part is confusing, maybe confusing for you guys. First, you have seen this one, right? When we pass this as an array, then what happened? You can see this comes 1. Okay, if I select 2, then it comes 2. That means this is dynamic. You don't know which one user will select. It can be one or it can be all four. So what we have done, this one, we have taken this in array. So this one is array. What is this? Here this is array. Now we will and this I have taken empty string, initialized empty. Now this array I0 and then count hobbies. So suppose user has selected 3, then it will be here like this, 3. User have selected 4, then it will be 4. That means based on the user selection, here the loop will run up to that level. And I++. Now what is happening here? This is string concatenation. So suppose I have selected movies, then it will be movies comma. If I have selected 3, so it will be movies comma TV comma maybe books, like that, and it will be storing every time. Suppose I selected TV, then it will be like TV and movies, like this. Okay, so this way you can store the data in a single field here. So I've just concatenated here, and so now you can see our insert part is working perfectly. Now let's do one thing. When the user click on view, then the list of the user the students should show here, so that we can delete and update. Okay, so now let's copy this index.php whole code, and then now let's create the view section. Okay, so let's copy everything here and just Control N, Control V, that's it, and view.php, and this section let's delete from here. We will have only this header, and then let's delete this everything. Okay, so this is main. Okay, so now here let's create one div, and this div is already there, this one. So here let's create one table. Okay, table, and then table close. Here will be so th close, first name, last name, email, password, gender, hobbies, country. Okay, so this is header, first name, last name, email, password, gender, and then hobbies, country, and here will be action. And now here body, then tr, and then tr, td, td. So it will be first name, last name, email, password, gender, and then hobbies, and then gender and country. Okay, so one thing you're missing: first name, last name, email, gender. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 1 2 3 4 5 7 6 8. Okay, so it will be first. Actually, all right, let's leave it for the timing. Now here in the top, let's include our db connect php, then include here db connect dot php for database connection. In here, let's make query dollar $cell equals to select star from students. Okay, then dollar query equals to MySQL query, then while, here will be while loop. So dollar rows equal to MySQL fetch array, this will be query and query here. So what's happening here? We are fetching complete records from our database. That means from here we are telling that fetch all records, whatever record is from here, so fetch all. Okay, so that is the syntax. And then we are making query head dollar query dollar con comma cell. So how it's working, it is selecting, storing here, this one is passing here, and finally this one is passing here. Okay, and it's storing the data in rows. So here we will write echo dollar rows first name. So how this works actually, suppose you went to any clothes store, okay, you told them that okay, this give me this, then he packs here. After packing, he sends to you, and now at your home this is your packet. From packet you are getting one by one. Okay, so it works like this. So first name, last name, email, password, gender, hobbies, country, and then edit and delete. So it will be last name, email, password, gender, then hobbies country, then edit and delete. Now let's refresh it. Be student, be student. Okay, so our file name should be be student. Okay, oh, so it will be view actually. Be student. Okay, so now let's open it. Okay, so this is our list of the student. We have 3 records here. You can see 3 records. That is why we are getting here 3 records as well. So now let's apply here Bootstrap class table history. This is Bootstrap class, so I'm just applying. Yes, now this is our complete record showing here. Now we will delete and edit. So let's write here ahref equals to edit.php question mark id equals to, we will pass here student's id equal, then dollar rows id. Okay, and same way let's copy this and paste here. So here will be delete.php, and so let's see, we have this edit and delete. Now class between success danger. Okay, so it will look like this. Let's remove this. Yes, so when you click, then we need to create a file called edit.php, and when we click this, we need to create a file called delete.php. That's it. So now let's create a delete.php. Now php start, php close. First thing, include here db connect.php. Okay, here we write query if dollar underscore post, dollar underscore get, not post. Because we are passing the data from get method. So if dollar get dollar query equal to MySQL query, MySQL query delete from table name, from students where id equal to dollar underscore get id. Now MySQL query dollar on then dollar del, make its name del. Okay, so what will happen when we click this delete, then it will fetch this id. Okay, one, it will match to the database here and see which one is this, then it will delete this one. Okay, so let's try. If I click here first, then data is deleted, the first one. Refresh it. Yes, you can see data is deleted, but it stays here. So what we will have to do, header location, uh, view student dot php, it will go to here. After deleting, it will revert back to list. So let's try. If I delete this one, then after deleting, it came here only. So delete section is finished. Now we will work on edit and update. Okay, so now let's work on edit section. So let's create a file called edit.php. Okay, what we will do, just copy add student page everything and just paste here in edit section. What we are doing, I will show you. And remove this code from here, this insert code. Okay, and this one also. So let's write here query $shell select star from students where id equals to $get id. So we could have written here like this also, MySQL query directly, you can write like this. There is also this method to write in here, $rows equals to MySQL fetch array. Now this shell. Now you might be wondering, why did I use while loop here in view, and why I'm using only $rows here. Here the reason is we are fetching only one record. So when you will be fetching only one record, in that case you will not be using while loop. when you are fetching more than one record, in that case you will be using while loop. So you remember this thing. Okay, now if you want to see if the data is coming or not, so you can print out and just check by this. Refresh it, refresh, and click on edit, and you can see the data is coming. So how it works? It fetches the ID is 2. Okay, so it matches here with the database, the ID 2, and then it fetches this record only. And here in the code, if you check, this ID matches here. Okay, and its value matches here. So it check and fetch the record and displays here, and data is fetching here. Got it? So whatever name you will be providing after question mark, you have to give same name here, and then this ID, actually this one here, this is the database ID, and this name and this ID should be same. Okay, now let's do one thing. $rows and then values PHP equal first name. Now you can see first name might be showing here. You see first name is coming here. Similarly, we will paste this into all other fields. Last name here, so it will be last name, email, password, and in case of gender, the situation will be different here. So it will be if $rows gender equals to male, in that case echo checked, and PHP close here. So what it means? If gender equals to male, then it will be selected, or else if gender is equals to female, in that case this one will be selected. This one will be selected. And also here, so if you select here, refresh, then you can see this one is selected. Now this remains, this need to be, and let's select first country. Since this is a very long list of array, so here it is very difficult to get it selected, but anyway we will do that. So let's go down here and we will write here query if country here, country equals to this country, then selected, selected. So what does that mean? This will come the list, and suppose I have selected the country Zambia. Okay, in that case, Zambia will be selected. Means the user, this is what user has selected, and this one is the list. So when the list will be coming, then it will check, okay, the country is this, and when both this and user selected will match, that one will be selected. So let's see. So there is something. Let's see here what it's Canada. So there is something wrong. It's not selecting. So there is something wrong. If which country, if dollar country equals to $rose country, then it should show selected. Yes, so now you can see Canada is selected. Now the only thing remaining is this checkbox. Okay, so for this checkbox, here we need to write question mark PHP if in array hobbies $roles hobbies. Okay, so I'll explain you what is this cricket. So let's do this first. If then selected, checked actually, echo checked. First, what we need to do, explode this. Why? Because you can see here we are storing, or so say movies and TV. You have selected two and TV. Okay, there is two actually. Let's keep one only. There is movies and TV. Only you have two. Okay, so we have to explode this first. PHP, and then here this is an array, so we will explode it with comma separated. So $HBS equal to explode, then with comma. Okay, and then this. So what we are doing, since we have comma separated, so we are exploding. Now if you want to check here, then you will see that this is now converted to array. Let's refresh and check. Define variable hobbies, where not hobbies, this will be HBS actually. So let's see, undefined variable hobbies in line number 75. line number 75 here. Oh, it will be rows here. Rows. Okay, you can see we have selected 2, so it's coming 1 2 in array format. Okay, now this is array function. Okay, it checks if this value is inside this array, then this will be selected. Okay, so if cricket is inside this array, this this function checks if word cricket is inside this one, then checked. So now let's refresh and check it. So it's not, that is why it's not checked. Then same, let's copy in all. If movies, then checked. So just put here movies, then checked, and same in all. Normally this comes in database. Okay, from database. So this one is TV, then check, and now finally books. So checked. So whichever will match, it will show checked. You can see I had selected these two, that is why it is showing here 2 checked. For example, if I just change it to cricket here, then in place of movie I'll just change it to cricket, and you will see cricket is, once again, what happened here, cricket and TV, 2 are showing here, right? Cricket, so why it's not selecting cricket here? Okay, because I have given here capital C, and here the value is small here also. So you can see the now movie is showing here, sorry, cricket is coming here selected. So now let's test with another record. Okay, Mira kitchen, mira@gmail.com 2345, female, and cricket and TV. This is Bahrain, register. Let's go to view and edit it. You can see the movie and female, so everything is coming up. And guys, so as you can see that edit section is also working. Now we will work on update. So when user clicks on this update, the record should be updated. So now let's go here, rather than register, let's write here update. So here we need to write the query for update. So let's write query here, update.php. Let's update.php. So once again we need to call here equal db select db.php. Now the remaining is the update section, right? So let's write here if dollar underscore post, then dollar upd equals to update students set first name equals to first name equals to. So how it works, remember, first single quote, then double quote, dot dot, double quote, single quote, dollar post first name, last name, email, password, gender, hobbies and countries. Gender, hobbies, and finally country. So same fields will be here also. Hobbies, gender, password, email, first and last name, email, and country. Okay, and then dollar query equals to MySQL query $con $UPT. Okay, so this is the syntax for updating. Update student set first name. So whatever field data will be coming, now this will be updated, and after updating, header, then location, view student dot php. One more thing, let's see first this way. So if I update here, let's first do one thing. This time I'm selecting here movies and books. Okay, removing cricket and TV. So books and TV I'm selecting, and this time Nisha Kumari. I'm giving update. So no, it didn't update, right? So it did not update. So let's do one thing. Let's check what's the problem. First, let's block this header and echo for checking. So select DB. First, there is mistake, I think, here only. DB connect. DB connect. We have DB connect, right? Yeah, DB connect. So this is the first mistake. So now let's go check. There is some mistake. It says undefined index password. So password there, it looks like I have given 3s here and here also. So now, okay, so once again we are getting this error because this hobbies is an array itself. So we need to add the same thing here what we had added here in add. So just copy this and paste on the top, because we need to pass this in comma separated value. Why we are doing like this? Suppose there is 10 checkbox. If we don't store in a single field here, then you need to create 10 fields here, like cricket, movie, TV. So in that case you need to create here uh, create here uh, movies, TV. So and maybe every time one new is added, you need to add one. And if I remove, then you have to go to database to remove. So the best is to pass it into comma separated and send it. That is why we are doing this like this. Okay, so once again, simply let's paste here HBS comma separated way. Now let's try to update, and it should have been updated. Now let's remove this. So after updating, it will go to there. So now let's update this mirror is another. So Mina, I'm just giving this Mina and uh, books only. Remove everything, books and India. Update. So still there is some problem. It's not updating now. Okay, so let's see what's the error. Let's block it once again. Echo and check. So this is the query. So I'm selecting here India, update, copy this, was SQL, check here what's the error. Okay, hobbies here, HOB, hobbies are 2 times here, gender female, hobbies, this. Okay, so we have missed here this comma right after hobbies. After hobbies, yeah, we missed this. So that may be the reason. And hot here also. Yeah, in the last it will be not. So let's try to check. Did it update? No. India, yeah, it's not updating now. So if you want to check, refresh it, go here, refresh it as well. You can see it's updating. This time let's select book and movies. You can check this mail, Mehta, Kumar, and then update. This time mail. Yes, now you can see it's updating Mehta. So somehow it's also going last name. Okay, here will be the last name. So now it should work perfectly. Kumar. Yes. So now it's updating. So guys, you understand this, and if you have any query in question, please don't forget to write in your comment box. So this is how it's working. Let's remove this. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.